Good evening, everyone. And welcome to the third annual Model Shop Halloween Spooktacular show. Yes, I'm your host, Count Modeler. Yes, I'm so happy to be back with all of my favorite ghouls and goblins again this year. Yes, well, actually, they almost replaced me this year with the master of horror, Stephen King, but he doesn't work cheap, so they called me at the last minute and I had to fly in, and I have to say, my arms are very tired. Yes, yes, but we have a great show for you tonight. We've got all your favorite friends with us again. We've got Boris the Bat. Yes, and Bonehead, our other co-host. Yes, Boris, he always gets so excited about these shows, don't you know? Yes, his batteries never seem to run low. Yes, but we've got our spectacular slideshow ready for you tonight. I'm sure you're all baying at the moon like wolves waiting for it. Yes, we're going to get to that in just a second, but before we get going, I want to say a big shout out to the sponsors of our show. HTA Model Works Antenna Controls. Yes, they help us to keep the lights on around here. Yes, check them out for all your modeling needs. Yes, and the best part about it is they have prices that won't bleed you dry. Yes, so, the moment that you've all been waiting for. Let's get right to it and start our slideshow. It's kind of a long one tonight, but you're going to be blown away with all the creepy and gruesome models that we have for you this year. Yes, but be warned, they're all creepy and ghastly, and they're sure to make you scream. Yes. Well, how about that, everyone? A truly spooktacular slideshow indeed, yes. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who participated in this year's group build. It was simply outstanding, and let's do it even bigger and better than we did this year for next year. Yes. We're going to take a quick break and then come back for our final for tonight for our shout outs and our Q&A and all of that good stuff. And we're going to also come back with a special tribute for a very special modeling friend of ours. So we'll be right back, everybody. Get a warm glass of bat's blood and enjoy. We'll be right back. We are back again, everyone. And once more, let's have a big round of applause for all the wonderful models that we saw and all the hard work that everybody put into these for us tonight. Yes. Give them a hand, Boris. Yes. We hope to do an even bigger and better show next year. So get your kits ready, everyone. You can see the competition's getting pretty stiff. Yes. Well, anyways, guys, it was a lot of fun. Had a great time. We're going to move on now to our shout-outs and our Q&A session for tonight. If anybody out there has got questions of the modelers that were here tonight asking how they did some of the work on these outstanding builds, be a good opportunity for you guys to ask those questions. We had a great time. Like I said, we'll be back again and do this next year for Halloween again. I look forward to this every year. It's always a great time, and I'm always blown away by the level of commitment that you guys put into these builds. It's just absolutely outstanding. Before we move on to the shout-outs and the Q&A tonight, I just want to do a really quick recognition here to one of our really good model building friends, a great guy to the community. And as you guys know, our good friend Chris Cartel, he's been having a battle with cancer, and he's undergoing some pretty strong treatments right now, so it's kind of hard for him to get to the modeling bench. But I just wanted to share with you guys tonight that I wanted to say this is probably my favorite build that I saw tonight. It's just amazing to me that Chris was actually able to spend the time and get to the bench and do this outstanding build that he was so gracious to share with us here at the community. And it just means a really lot to me, and I'm sure it does you guys too. It was probably pretty difficult to for Chris to put into time to do this. So to me, this is a really special build. As you can see, he did the Ghost of the Castle Mare here as usual. He did an outstanding job on it. So once again, we really appreciate it, Chris, and we hope you get better soon, buddy. We all really appreciate what you've done for the community, and I'm sure what you'll continue to do. So I hope you guys out there will really keep Chris in your thoughts. As I said, he's got a battle he's dealing with right now, but he's doing good and he's working hard, and I'm sure he'll be back to feeling good pretty soon. So thanks again, Chris. We really appreciate that. So, okay, everybody, we're going to head over to our shout-outs and our Q&A tonight. See all who was on with us. It looked like we had a pretty good turnout tonight. So I'm going to head over to the chat page and call out everybody's names. Let's see. We had Clint Llewellyn was on with us tonight. Nice to see you, Clint. James Schulenberg, Matt Alkire. Matt, we got to get you in on this Halloween build next year. That'll be a lot of fun. Mike Kovac, PJC 2.0. Got Chuck Brooks with Gearhead Workshop. Modeler X. George Volkowski. Outsider 238. Omar. Fubar Model Yard. Master Sergeant USAF, retired. Kenny at Mindless Model Works. Thanks for joining in on the build with us too, Kenny. Loved your Monsters diorama. Love the lighting on that. Great job. Alpha Trion 92. Leona Timber Company. Fubar Model Yard, Mark Shue, the captain. Let's see, Outsider 238, Detonator 24. Loved your War of the Worlds diorama there too, Rick. Beautiful job. That must have been hard to build with those long, spindly legs like that and get it to stand up without breaking it. Great job on that. Armando, DLC Model Builders. Love your work as usual, Armando. Thanks for joining in the build. Can't wait to see what you do next year. Mike Scarola. B. Tilly, Jim Clark, loved your Munsters living room. I had fun building that kit myself. That's a really fun kit to work on. Kenny Conklin with Sci Fantasy. Nice to see you, Kenny. Let's see. Also got Steve F. and Brian Knowles. Nice to see you, Brian. Heath Tompkins is joining us tonight all the way from the land down under in Australia. Nice to see you, Heath. T Commando. Guys, make sure you type something in the chat there if you're in the chat session with us. We'll give you a shout out here. Always like to recognize everybody that's in our group. Outsider 238. I apologize if I'm repeating some names here, guys. It's scrolling by pretty fast. John Petrie, all the way from England, is with us tonight. Nice to see you, John. James Schulenberg. Modeler X. Derek Sabora. Phil the Sprue Works. Tagamo Model Works. Nice to see you tonight, Tag. Awesome job on your Wolfman. Barrick 13. Chris Farrell. Gerald Jameson. Dirk's Pneumophiles. Nice to see you with us tonight, Dirk. Great job on your Michael Myers diorama. Thanks for sharing that with us. That was great to look at. Michael Myers was a really popular subject this year. I think the Headless Horseman was the big one last year, but I think like you guys, I'm already looking forward to next year. I already got the gears turning in the head about what to work on. Gadgetron 3000. Bob Busking. Clint Llewellyn. Nice job on your Headless Horseman and your Creature from the Black Lagoon, Clint. Enjoyed both of those. Mike Scarola. Nice to see you guys are in the Halloween emoji spirit there too. That's pretty cool in the chat session here. Eric Gorski's on with us. John Hunt. Eclectic Modeler. We've got Adam Corville on tonight with us. Nice to see you, Adam. Triskelion. Got Calvin Sweet. 2000 SPQR. Great job on your stuff too, Cal. Great imagination as usual. Karen and Aiden's World of Wonder. Yeah, don't forget, guys. Those of you that are watching, if you're in the chat group, if you have any questions, most of the people are here that built models for our slideshow this year. So if you have any questions you want to ask them, great time to fire those off. If you want to know how they did some of the stuff, there was a lot of really advanced painting and lighting techniques that you saw tonight. Just amazing work. Barry Steinledge, Ken Spriggs. A few more people checking in. I think we hit about 120 something people, or what I saw there for a minute at peak there. So we had a nice turnout tonight too. We really appreciate that. Always have a lot of fun. Red Shirt Forever. Aussie Truckee. Nice to see you, Scott. John Gomes. Patricia Draven. Welcome, Patricia. Aussie Old Fart 1956. Nice to have you with us. He says he's new to the chat. Give him a big welcome, everybody. Thomas Johnson. Nice to see you, Thomas. Gerald Jameson. Oh, I think I might have already said him already. Sorry if I repeat anybody, guys. It's going by here pretty fast on me. Dennis, Federation Shipyard. Nice to see you tonight, Dennis. Paul De Tomaso. Nice to see you, Paul. Ken Spriggs. He says he really liked the witch diorama. That was a beautiful build. Lots and lots of detail if you really go back. You guys, of course, you can always watch the show again, guys. If you missed part of it, it'll be on the YouTube channel there. So yeah, you can go back and watch the slideshow again. You can maybe slow it down and pause it in a few spots. There's some really beautiful detail in all the models that were shown here tonight. Got Dan Harris checking in. It's really awesome to be able to have a community like this where we've got people all over the world checking in, all just sharing the love of the hobby in common. It's really cool to see that. Got Patrick Rieger. Nice to see you, Patrick. I see some people are asking about what our plans are for our next group build. I'm kicking around some ideas, guys. We do have the holidays coming up. We have, Thanksgiving coming up pretty soon. So, and then right after that, Christmas. So, maybe right after Christmas, we're going to start some kind of another group build. It'll be kind of hard for everybody to get the time to do that right now, but in the meantime, there'll still be plenty of action going on over at the in the community on the Google page. There's always a lot of people building stuff, and but we're going to come up with something, and we'll start making announcements. And then, of course, we'll do this again next year. I think it worked out better for everybody this year too. When we got off to an early start, it gave everybody plenty of time. So we'll do that again next year. We'll probably start it like 2 months in advance. That way you can take your time and pick out a kit. And if you're going to do lighting and stuff like that, you got plenty of time to work on it. So, but we had an even bigger turnout this year than we did last year. It just keeps getting bigger every year, and it's just really, really awesome to see that. Nick Gashu is just checking in. He says he's a long-time viewer. It's his first chat. Welcome, Nick. You'll find our zany bunch here a lot of fun. Everybody give him a nice welcome as well. PJC 2.0 says he hopes the next group build is sci-fi based. I think I'm kind of leaning that way, PJC. Sci-fi is a really popular subject, especially around here. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of thinking about something like that. We have the new Star Wars movie coming up too, so maybe we'll look at a Star Wars group build. I've got a nice couple of Star Wars kits that I'd like to get started on, so that might be my excuse. But we'll see. We'll put it up for discussion on the page and see what everybody thinks and we'll get some ideas. Holger Heinrichs, nice to see you with us tonight, Holger. That sounds like another new name that I haven't heard before, so if you're new to the group, welcome aboard. Dan says I'll have to put an intermission in the slideshow if it gets much bigger. Yeah, I was thinking that myself, Dan. In fact, I almost was going to do that on this one. It ran about 30 minutes, and I think last year's was about 20 minutes. So yeah, that's a lot of material. It took me about 6 hours to put that all together. It was you got to go download all the pictures. You got to make sure you get all the names. I did see I had a couple of spelling goofs in there. I apologize for that, but I started working on it late last night, and I think I wrapped up about 4 o'clock in the morning because I wanted to wait and make sure. I knew some people were going to be getting their stuff in last minute. Yeah, I think sci-fi will be a pretty popular subject around here. I see a lot of people responding positively to that. A lot of people have a lot of sci-fi kits. I don't build that many Star Wars kits, but I've got that new Star Destroyer kit, and I've got the Fine Molds 172 Falcon that I need an excuse to build. So we might be looking at that. There's plenty of Star Wars kits out there too. All those new Bondi kits that came out, there'd be a lot of options there. Wolfpack, hello from Round Rock, Texas, he says. Well, nice to have you with us, Wolf. You're not too far away from me here in San Antonio. And Dale Anderson checking in. Steve F. says, don't you want to build the 2001 Discovery? Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to get my hands on that kit. Yeah, you got that right, Master Sergeant. It is. In fact, this is the first night that I've done the show, and since last spring, early spring, that I didn't have to have the air conditioner on. It got down to 40 degrees, and our Halloween's going to actually suck this year. It's going to be 40 degrees and at night, and supposed to be an 80% chance of thunderstorms and rain and stuff. It's going to keep the kids away, but it's going to put me in the mood for watching my Halloween movies. Yes. I always line up a couple of good Halloween movies every year for that. I'm sure you guys do the same thing. Nick, you could send me an email and we can talk about that. We'll see what how that might work out. Appreciate that. Mike Scarola says the slideshow was out of this world. Yeah, I totally agree, Mike. It blew me away this year. It does every year. Just when you think it can't be topped. Yeah, Leona says watch The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Yeah, that's a must every year. Dan Harris says asks where I get the paint bottles to store my paint mixes. There's a company here in town, Dan, that's called the Container Store. They have both plastic and glass bottles that are made for chemicals, and I just buy them in bulk. They're actually pretty cheap. They might have, if you live in a pretty big city, they might have something like that around you. Or I'm sure you can order stuff online. Check Amazon or places like that. Just make sure it's safe for chemicals, though. Jacob Janosek likes my costume. Thanks, Jacob. I'm kind of a goofball when it comes to Halloween. I like to have a lot of fun with that. I miss going to the old Halloween parties when I was a kid. This is the third year in a row we've been doing this. It's kind of becoming a tradition. Archangel 72367. Nice to have you with us tonight. And we've got Chris, Space Pirate Hobbies. Nice to see you, Chris. Happy Halloween, buddy. Soon to be Halloween. Oh, PJ's asking what my favorite Halloween movies are. Well, let me see. Um, the original Frankenstein, that's probably my all-time favorite. John Carpenter's The Thing, the original John Carpenter Halloween movie, and probably one of the original Hammer films. It's kind of a tie between the Christopher Lee Draculas and the Christopher Lee Curse of Frankenstein, or whatever it was, the very first Frankenstein that he did. Those are all my favorites. There's so many, it's hard to choose. Christine, love the movie Christine. That's kind of a Halloween movie. Some people have to check out. Good night, Heath. Glad you could join us tonight. Yeah, the original Night of the Living Dead, Fubar, that's a great one. Bride of Frankenstein. I really enjoy the Carpenter version of The Thing, but I also like the original The Thing. Have you guys seen that one from back from the 50s? I think it was done by Howard Hawks with our favorite Marshal Matt Dillon from Gunsmoke playing the creature, James Arness. Really good movie that is, too. Patrick Rieger's on with us. Ken Spriggs. Yeah, House of Wax with Vincent Price. There's so many classics. Young Frankenstein. Yeah. My favorite scene in that movie is when they're down in the basement and they're going through the heads on the shelf, and it says, like 5 months dead, 3 months dead, 2 months dead. It gets down to the last one, and Igor is there with his head on the table, and he starts singing right in the middle, and they just about jump right out of their skin. That movie's a million laughs. Yeah, it was. Mike, you're right about that. They had it on in the background. During the movie The Thing, they had the original The Thing on in the background. And Them, yeah, I like that one too, Brian, the giant ants. Do you mean to tell me that I put the brain of an abnormal person inside the body of an 800-pound gorilla? You guys will remember that one from Young Frankenstein. Yeah, Poltergeist, Nightmare on Elm Street. Everybody has their favorites. Yeah, I like Christopher Lee's Mummy, one of the Hammer films as well, too, there, John. Let's see. Alfred Millette is checking into our chatting for the first time. Nice to have you with us, Alfred. Everybody give Alfred a nice welcome. Longtime watcher, he says. High Spirits is his first, or his favorite Halloween movie, and he's from Portland, Oregon. Nice to have you with us. Yeah, of course, the original Bela Lugosi version of Dracula. I love all the old Universal. I've been watching Halloween movies all month, basically, but I have a couple of my favorites I save for Halloween night, and Dracula was one of them. I watched basically all of the old uh, Universal. They started getting kind of ridiculous at a point. The Ghost of Frankenstein and that, and uh, nobody was as good as Boris at playing Frankenstein. Some of them gave it a pretty good shot, though. Boris just had that face and the way he moved and everything. He had, he was perfect for that part. Okay, everybody, I'm showing we're coming up on 8 o'clock here. As I said, it was going to be a little bit shorter show this week. It's just all about the featuring everybody on their models. We didn't have anything to do on the bench or anything, so I really enjoyed taking part in it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. We'll be back again next year. Same bat time, same bat channel. And we'll have a lot of fun again next year, so you guys can already start thinking about that. In the meantime, we'll be back the week after next with our back to our regular show, and then look for some news on the Model Shop Community Google page about what our we'll have our discussion about what our next group build will be, and we'll go from there, guys. In the meantime, have a lot of fun and keep on building models. I want to say goodnight to everybody. I hope you guys all have a good Halloween, and we'll see you in 2 weeks, everybody. Until then, happy modeling and good night, everyone.
Well, over in Egypt in an old pyramid, I spied an old coffin and I opened the lid. I jumped a big mummy who was mad as could be.
back in my tube.
I said, Mr. Mummy, what you used to do? He said he used to sing a little song or two. I said, Mr. Mummy, let's get out of this sand. Boy, I could use you in my rock and roll band.
He said, man,
He said,
put me back in my tube.
I travel the nation from coast to coast with my friend Mummy, the rock and roll ghost. One day the fans were waiting for his autograph. When they saw him, they mobbed him and tore him in half. I said, say something.
Put me back in my tube.